Hey guys, welcome back to Mind Your Conversions, brought to you by Fibr. If you're new here, this is where we break down the art and science of marketing with our hosts, Liv and Max. They will help you understand marketing better, explore fresh strategies, and most importantly, drive higher conversions. So whether you're a seasoned pro, or even if you're just getting started, you're at the right place.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're diving into the world of VWO alternatives.
Sounds exciting.
It is. You know how much we'd love to explore different tools and strategies for optimizing digital experiences?
Always looking for an edge.
Exactly. And it seems like a lot of people are searching for alternatives to VWO, so we're going to dig into a document that compares the top 7 contenders in this space.
Yeah, VWO is great, but it definitely has its quirks. Yeah, like that pricing structure, paying separately for each feature. It can get pretty confusing and pricey, especially for, businesses that are just starting out or trying to scale.
Right. Makes budgeting a nightmare.
Totally. And the platform itself, well, let's just say it's not exactly known for being user-friendly. The learning curve can be pretty steep.
Not for the faint of heart.
Definitely not. I mean, one user in the document even said, trying to navigate VWO is like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube blindfolded.
Ouch, that's gotta hurt. So what's the first VWO alternative on our list that might offer a solution to these pain points? Well, the first one we're looking at is Fibr AI. And what's interesting is that they've really zeroed in on those pain points you mentioned.
Okay, I like where this is going.
Right. So first off, they ditched that whole complicated tiered pricing model and went with a pay-per-use system.
Okay, so you only pay for what you use.
Exactly. Much easier to budget for, especially for growing companies.
I'm already impressed. And what about the usability issue? Is it actually, user-friendly?
That's the cool part. Fibr AI is built on a no-code platform, meaning you don't need to be a coding whiz to set up and run sophisticated tests.
So even someone like me who can barely operate a microwave could use it.
Pretty much. It's designed to be intuitive and accessible, regardless of your technical background.
That's music to my ears. Accessibility is a big deal for, busy entrepreneurs and marketers who just want to get results without having to learn a whole new programming language. Can you tell me more about Fibr AI's key features and what makes them, unique?
Absolutely. So one of their standout features is something called smart A/B testing.
Smart A/B testing. Tell me more.
Well, instead of just throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks, Fibr AI uses AI to analyze all your historical data and user behavior to predict which changes are most likely to be successful.
So it's like having a data-driven crystal ball for your website.
That's a great way to put it. And the document mentions that their algorithms are constantly learning and refining their predictions based on real-time data.
Okay, so it's not a one-and-done kind of thing.
No, it's constantly evolving and getting smarter. Users have reported some pretty impressive improvements in conversion rates and engagement using this feature.
That's really cool. It sounds like Fibr AI could really help businesses make smarter decisions about their website optimization strategies. What else do they have in their toolkit?
Another key feature is their audience personalization engine, which is like next level personalization.
Next level.
Yeah, it goes way beyond just basic segmentation. It uses AI to analyze everything: user behavior, demographics, even preferences, to dynamically adjust the website content to each individual visitor.
So every visitor gets a unique experience tailored just for them.
You got it. One user in the document even said, "The personalization is so specific, it's almost spooky, but in a good way. Our engagement and conversion rates have definitely gone up."
Spooky good results. I like it. What about businesses that rely on ads for revenue? Does Fibr AI offer anything that can help them?
They do. They have this feature called ad personalization, which makes sure your landing pages are totally in sync with your ad campaigns.
Okay, so no more jarring disconnect when someone clicks on an ad and ends up on a completely irrelevant page.
Exactly. It's all about creating a smooth and consistent experience from ad to landing page.
I can see how that would be a huge win for conversions.
Oh, absolutely. The document even mentions that Fibr AI can actually boost your Google ad quality score by making sure your ads and landing pages are in perfect harmony.
So lower ad costs and higher conversions. Sign me up.
Right. It's a win-win.
Anything else? Any other cool features we should know about?
Yeah, they also have bulk personalization, which lets you optimize a bunch of landing pages at once. And then there's a feature specifically for Google ad quality score optimization.
Yeah.
It's like they've thought of everything when it comes to personalization and maximizing those ad dollars.
Fibr AI sounds like a serious contender. Before we move on to the other alternatives, could we do a quick side-by-side comparison with VWO? Just to see how they stack up.
Sure, the document has a handy comparison table that does just that. It lays out all the key features and differences.
Perfect. What are the main takeaways from this comparison?
Well, while both platforms have the basics covered, A/B testing, a visual editor, personalization features, Fibr AI really sets itself apart with its AI-driven approach, that pay-per-use model, and its focus on user-friendliness.
So it's like a more budget-friendly and approachable option without sacrificing those powerful optimization capabilities.
Exactly.
Okay, that's a great overview of Fibr AI. I'm ready to see what other VWO alternatives are out there. What's next?
Let's move on to UX Tweak. This platform is all about user experience research and usability testing.
Ooh, UX research is so important. What makes UX Tweak so special in this area?
Well, there's this awesome session recording feature that lets you see exactly how users interact with your website. Like every click, scroll, and mouse movement. It's like peeking over their shoulder.
Wow, so you can really pinpoint where users are getting stuck or frustrated.
You got it. They also do A/B testing, but with a cool twist. Their focus is on A/B testing on prototypes, so you can actually test design choices before you even launch the real website.
Now that's smart. Catch those issues early on.
Right. And they've got a dedicated feature for mobile app usability testing, which is huge these days.
For sure. Mobile optimization is a must-have. Anything else that sets UX Tweak apart?
Oh yeah, they also offer online user surveys, so you can get that direct feedback from your audience, which is always super valuable.
UX Tweak sounds like it's got all the bases covered. How does it compare to VWO, price-wise?
They're known to be more affordable. Flexible pricing, no long-term contracts, and they even have a limited free plan for smaller projects.
Music to my ears. Let's take a look at that side-by-side comparison in the table.
All right, so both platforms have session recording and heat maps, but UX Tweak wins with its prototype A/B testing and that dedicated mobile app testing feature.
Those are some pretty big differences. If mobile optimization is a priority, UX Tweak seems like a no-brainer.
For sure. Ready to move on?
Absolutely. What's next on our list?
All right, let's talk about Amplitude. Now, this one's a beast when it comes to product analytics.
Product analytics. So we're talking less about A/B testing and more about the big picture.
You got it. Amplitude is all about understanding user behavior, uncovering those hidden patterns, and figuring out what's driving engagement and where users are dropping off.
Like a data detective for your product.
Exactly. They've got this core product, Amplitude Analytics, that provides these really deep insights into user behavior across different platforms.
Cross-platform insights. That's impressive.
Right. And while their primary focus isn't A/B testing, they do offer it as a way to experiment with different product designs and features.
You can still A/B test, but it's all within the context of this broader understanding of user behavior.
You nailed it. And their session replay feature is really cool. You can watch these highlight reels of user interactions and see exactly where they're getting stuck or what they're ignoring.
Oh, wow. That's like watching a movie of your users interacting with your product.
Pretty much. And they've got robust web analytics too, so you can see how users are behaving on your website in detail.
Amplitude sounds pretty powerful. How does it compare to VWO price-wise and feature-wise?
Well, it's considered to be more budget-friendly. They use flexible, usage-based pricing, which is generally more appealing than VWO's fixed pricing structure.
Flexibility is always good. Let's see how they stack up side by side in that comparison table.
Looking at the table, both platforms offer session replay and A/B testing. But Amplitude really stands out with its focus on web analytics and that deep user behavior analysis, whereas VWO is more geared towards website optimization tools.
So Amplitude is for the data-driven folks who want to understand the why behind user behavior, while VWO is more focused on the what.
Exactly. Both are powerful, but they cater to different needs.
Wow, we're only a third of the way through our list, and I'm already feeling like I've learned so much. What's next?
Let's dive into Hotjar. This one's all about those visual insights into user behavior.
Visual insights, I'm intrigued. What makes Hotjar's approach different?
They use a combination of heat maps, session recordings, and surveys to help you understand how people are actually using your website before you jump into A/B testing.
So it's about getting the full picture first before making any optimization decisions.
You got it. One of their key features is funnel analysis, which lets you see where people are dropping off in the conversion process.
So you can identify those leaks in your pipeline and plug them up.
Exactly. And their heat maps are super helpful for visualizing where people are clicking, moving their mouse, and scrolling.
So you can see what's hot and what's not.
Exactly. And of course, they've got those session recordings, so you can watch real users interacting with your website.
Always a favorite. What about surveys?
Yep, they've got those too. It's all about getting direct feedback from your users and understanding their experiences.
Hotjar sounds like a really well-rounded platform. How does it compare to VWO in terms of features and pricing?
The document says Hotjar offers similar features to VWO, particularly when it comes to heat maps, recordings, and surveys. But their pricing is different. Hotjar does custom pricing based on your needs, while VWO's pricing is structured around each individual tool.
Custom pricing is always nice. Let's compare them side by side.
Looking at the table, they both offer those core features we discussed. But VWO seems to have a more robust journey analysis approach, while Hotjar is more focused on those individual user interactions.
So VWO is more about the big picture, and Hotjar is about the close-up view.
You got it. Both are valuable, it just depends on what you're looking for.
We're halfway through our list, and I'm already overflowing with ideas. What's next?
Let's talk about A/B Tasty. They're all about experience optimization.
Experience optimization. I love that term. It sounds like it goes beyond just conversions.
It totally does.
Oh.
They focus on enhancing user engagement and making sure the entire website experience is top-notch.
So it's not just about getting people to buy, it's about making them happy along the way.
Exactly. And they do that through a combination of A/B testing, personalization, and product recommendations.
Sounds like a recipe for success. What are some of their key features?
Well, they've got a really intuitive A/B testing platform. You don't need any coding experience, it's all drag and drop.
Drag and drop. Even I can handle that.
See, easy. And they've got robust content personalization features, so you can deliver those dynamic, tailored experiences.
So the website adapts to each visitor. That's so cool.
Right. And they have this cool feature called feature experimentation, which lets you test and optimize features within your app or website.
So it's not just about the website, it's about the entire user experience.
You got it. They've got it all figured out.
A/B Tasty sounds like a winner. How does it compare to VWO?
Both platforms offer A/B testing and content personalization, but A/B Tasty really shines with its ease of use and their customer support.
Oh, good customer support is a lifesaver.
Tell me about it. Let's take a peek at the comparison table.
Okay.
Okay, so they both offer the basics, but A/B Tasty has that feature experimentation capability, which VWO doesn't have.
That's a pretty big advantage for businesses that want to optimize their products as well.
It is. A/B Tasty is definitely a strong contender. Ready for the next one?
Bring it on. What else is out there?
Let's check out Inspectlet. They're all about answering the why behind user actions.
Ooh, getting deep. I like it.
Right. They're like the detectives of the website optimization world. They go beyond what Google Analytics tells you and reveal the motivations behind user behavior.
So it's not just about knowing what people are doing, but understanding why they're doing it.
Exactly. And they do this through session recording, which captures every single interaction a visitor has with your website.
So it's like a surveillance camera for your website.
Kind of, but in a good way. It helps you understand how people are really using your site. And then they have A/B testing, so you can use those insights to make data-driven decisions about what to change.
So observation plus experimentation equals website optimization gold.
Pretty much. They also have these cool dynamic heat maps that show you user interactions on both dynamic and static pages.
So you can see what's grabbing people's attention, even on pages that are constantly changing.
Exactly. And of course, they offer feedback surveys too, so you can get those direct insights from your users.
Inspectlet sounds like it really covers all the bases. How does it compare to VWO?
They both offer similar features like session recording, A/B testing, and heat maps. But Inspectlet's focus is more on that qualitative data, the why behind user behavior. VWO is more about the broader suite of tools.
So Inspectlet is for those who want to get into the nitty-gritty of user behavior, while VWO is more of a generalist.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And Inspectlet is known for being more affordable. They have a free trial, and their paid plans are pretty reasonable.
Always a plus. Let's compare them in the table.
All right, looking at the table, they both have those core features, but Inspectlet has this dedicated feature for form analytics, which VWO doesn't have.
If you're trying to optimize forms, that's a big deal.
It is. All right, ready for our final contender.
Hit me with it.
Last but not least, we have Chameleon. They're really shaking things up with their A/B testing and personalization features.
Shaking things up. How so?
They're all about empowering businesses to optimize their websites through advanced targeting and real-time analytics. They've got these sophisticated tools that are still super user-friendly.
So it's powerful but not intimidating.
Exactly. They've got A/B testing, of course, but they take it up a notch with server-side testing, which lets you experiment with more complex features without slowing down your website.
Oh, so you can run those hardcore tests without impacting the user experience.
Exactly. They also have dedicated mobile app testing, which is essential these days.
Totally agree. Mobile optimization is non-negotiable. What about personalization?
They've got AI-driven personalization, which uses machine learning to predict user intent and deliver those tailored experiences.
It's like the website can read your mind.
Right. And to top it off, they have product recommendations that are personalized based on user behavior.
Chameleon sounds like a serious contender. How does it compare to VWO?
Both platforms are pretty comprehensive, offering A/B testing, server-side testing, mobile app testing, AI-driven personalization, and product recommendations. But Chameleon really emphasizes its advanced targeting and real-time analytics.
So you can get really granular with your optimization efforts.
Exactly. And like many of the others, they offer custom-based pricing, which is more flexible than VWO's structure.
Flexibility is always a good thing. Let's compare them side by side one last time.
Looking at the table, they both have a ton of features. But Chameleon seems to be more focused on AI-powered product recommendations and personalized search, which VWO doesn't really emphasize.
If personalized recommendations are a key part of your strategy, Chameleon might be the way to go.
It might be. It all comes down to what your business needs.
Wow, we've explored a whole lineup of incredible VWO alternatives. I'm feeling inspired.
Me too. It's amazing to see how much innovation there is in this space.
Before we move on to the next part of our deep dive, I want to shift gears a bit and talk about some broader best practices for website optimization. You know, those foundational principles that apply no matter which platform you choose.
That's a great idea. Let's get back to basics.
Exactly. So let's talk strategy. What are some key things to keep in mind when it comes to optimizing your website, regardless of which platform you're using?
Well, one of the most fundamental things is understanding your target audience. You can't optimize your website if you don't know who you're optimizing it for.
It's like trying to hit a target in the dark, right?
Exactly. You need to know their needs, their pain points, their motivations, their online behavior. Only then can you create a website that really speaks to them.
Makes sense. Once you know who you're talking to, what's next?
Well, you need to define clear goals for your website.
Yeah.
What do you want visitors to do? Buy something, sign up for your newsletter, download a resource, request a demo.
You need to have a destination in mind, right?
Exactly. Otherwise, you're just wandering aimlessly.
Okay, so we know our audience and we know our goals. What's next?
Now it's time to create a user-friendly website, one that's easy to navigate, looks good, and loads quickly. You've got to make a good first impression.
We've all experienced those clunky websites that take forever to load or are impossible to navigate. It's a total turnoff.
I know. This is where those user behavior analytics tools we talked about earlier come in handy. Heat maps, session recordings, user feedback surveys, they can give you so much insight into how people are actually interacting with your site.
So you can see where they're getting stuck, frustrated, or dropping off.
Exactly. Data is your best friend when it comes to website optimization.
So much better than just guessing, right?
Oh, yeah. Way more scientific.
Okay, we've got our audience, our goals, and a user-friendly website. What's next on our optimization journey?
Now it's time to get into the fun stuff, testing and personalization.
Okay, I'm ready to experiment. Where do we start?
First, you need to figure out which elements on your website are most likely to impact your goals. If you're trying to increase sales, you might want to focus on testing your checkout process, your product pages, or your call to action buttons.
So it's all about prioritizing those elements that are most aligned with your goals.
Exactly. Then you can start experimenting with different variations of those elements to see what works best.
Like what? Give me some examples.
Well, let's say you're testing your call to action. You could try different wording, different button colors, different sizes, different placements. You could even test different types of calls to action, like a button versus a text link.
So many possibilities. How do you know which variations are actually performing better, though?
That's where those A/B testing platforms come in handy. They let you track your results and see which variations are actually driving those conversions or clicks or whatever metric you're focused on.
Data-driven decisions.
Always. Okay, now let's talk personalization. It's all about tailoring the website experience to each individual visitor.
Like giving everyone their own custom-made website.
Pretty much. It could be as simple as showing different content based on location or device type, or as complex as using behavioral data to show different content based on their past browsing history.
So the website is like a chameleon, adapting to each visitor.
Exactly. And the more data you collect, the more sophisticated your personalization efforts can become.
This is blowing my mind. We've covered so much already, specific VWO alternatives, broader best practices, and now we're talking about testing and personalization. I'm feeling inspired to start experimenting. Any final thoughts before we wrap up this part of our conversation?
Just remember, website optimization is an ongoing process. It's all about continuous improvement. The more you test and learn, the better your website will become.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly.
Well, that's a wrap for part 2 of our deep dive into VWO alternatives. We've covered a lot of ground today, but there's still more to explore. It's incredible to think about how much we can learn about user behavior just from the data they generate while visiting a website. It's like a digital fingerprint revealing their interests, preferences, and even their frustrations.
It's true. And all the platforms we've discussed in this deep dive are designed to harness that data to create a more personalized and effective website experience. But as our understanding of user behavior grows, we need to ensure we're using this information responsibly.
That's a great point. With great data comes great responsibility. I'd love to explore the ethical implications of data collection and personalization. What are some key things website owners and marketers should be mindful of?
Transparency is paramount. Website visitors should always be informed about what data is being collected, how it's being used, and what control they have over their data.
It's about moving away from those complicated terms and conditions that no one reads and embracing clear communication.
Exactly. Clear and concise privacy policies, cookie notices, and opt-in mechanisms are essential for building trust with your audience.
Giving visitors a choice and empowering them to make informed decisions about their data is essential. What other ethical considerations should we keep in mind?
Data security is crucial. Website owners have a responsibility to protect the data they collect from unauthorized access, use, or disclosure.
It's not just about collecting the data, it's about safeguarding it responsibly.
Absolutely. Strong security measures, encryption protocols, and regular security audits are essential for protecting sensitive user information.
It seems like the guiding principle is to treat user data with the same care and respect you would treat any other valuable asset.
Precisely. And we can't forget about using the data responsibly. While personalization is a powerful tool for enhancing the user experience, it's important to avoid crossing the line into creepy or intrusive territory.
We've all had those experiences where an ad follows us across the internet, making us feel like we're being watched. It's unsettling and can erode trust.
Exactly. The key is to find a balance between providing relevant, personalized experiences without overstepping boundaries or violating user privacy.
It sounds like ethical data use is about finding that sweet spot where everyone benefits the business and the user.
Well said. When done right, data-driven website optimization can be a win-win situation.
We've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive, from the specifics of various VWO alternatives to broader optimization strategies and ethical considerations. I'm ready to recap some key takeaways for our listeners.
Sounds good. Let's synthesize all those golden nuggets of wisdom into actionable advice.
For those considering switching from VWO or exploring their options in the website optimization world, what are the most important things to remember?
Remember, there's no one-size-fits-all solution. The best VWO alternative depends on your specific needs, goals, budget, and technical expertise.
It's like finding the perfect pair of shoes. What fits one person perfectly might be uncomfortable for another. Exactly. Think about what's most important for your business and choose the platform that aligns best with your unique circumstances. We've explored a wide range of options in this deep dive, each with its strengths and unique approach to optimization.
We covered Fibr AI with its AI-driven personalization and pay-per-use pricing UX tweak, which excels at user experience research and usability testing, and Amplitude, which is a powerhouse for product analytics and understanding user behavior.
And we can't forget Hotjar with its focus on visualizing user behavior, A/B Tasty, which emphasizes crafting engaging user experiences, and Specklet, which delves into the why behind user actions, and Chameleon with its robust A/B testing and personalization capabilities.
It's amazing to see so much innovation in this space. It seems like the possibilities for website optimization are endless.
They truly are. The key takeaway is that it's no longer enough to just have a website. You need to optimize that website to convert, engage, and delight your visitors.
That's a fantastic point. And the platforms we've discussed today provide the tools and insights to achieve those goals.
Well, folks, that wraps up our deep dive into VWO alternatives. We've covered a lot of ground today, from specific platform features and functionalities to broader best practices for website optimization and the ethical considerations surrounding data collection and personalization.
We've explored a lot, and I hope this deep dive empowers you to make informed decisions about optimizing your own websites.
Remember, website optimization is a journey, not a destination. It's an ongoing process of experimentation, analysis, and refinement. The more you test and learn, the more effective your website will become.
Well said.
And on that note, we'll bid you farewell for now. Until next time, happy optimizing, everyone. It's kind of wild when you think about it, all the data we generate just by browsing the web.
It is.
It's like leaving a trail of digital breadcrumbs everywhere we go.
Yeah, and all these platforms we've talked about use those crumbs to, to personalize the user experience and all that. But it does make you wonder about the ethical side of things, right?
Totally. I mean, it's great to have all this data and these powerful tools, but we have to use them responsibly. So let's talk about that. What are some of the ethical considerations around data collection and personalization? What should website owners and marketers be thinking about?
Well, I think transparency is key. People should know what data is being collected, how it's being used, and what control they have over it.
Right. None of those super long privacy policies that nobody reads.
Exactly. Clear and concise, easy to understand.
Yeah.
Privacy policies, cookie notices, all that good stuff. You got to be upfront with your visitors and give them a choice.
Choice and control, for sure. What about the data itself? How do we keep it safe?
Data security is huge. Website owners have a responsibility to protect that data from unauthorized access or use. You need to have those strong security measures in place, encryption protocols, regular audits, you name it.
So it's not just about collecting the data, but protecting it as well.
Exactly. And then there's the whole issue of using the data responsibly. Personalization is a powerful tool, but you don't want to creep people out.
Oh, yeah, those ads that follow you around the internet. Super creepy.
I know, right? It's about finding that balance, providing a personalized experience without being intrusive.
So it's about making the user feel like they're in control, not like they're being spied on.
Exactly. When it's done right, data-driven optimization can be a win-win for businesses and users.
It's a delicate dance, but it sounds like it's worth it. Well, we've covered a ton of ground in this deep dive, from the specifics of VWO alternatives to broader optimization strategies, and now even the ethical considerations.
It's been a journey.
It has. So let's recap for our listeners. What are the key takeaways? What should people remember if they're thinking about switching from VWO or just exploring their options?
I'd say the most important thing is to remember there's no one-size-fits-all solution. The best platform depends on your specific needs, goals, budget, and technical skills.
It's like finding the right pair of shoes. You got to try on a few before you find the perfect fit.
Right. Think about what's most important for your business and choose the platform that aligns with that. We've looked at a lot of great options here.
We have. We talked about Fibr AI with its AI-driven personalization and pay-per-use model UX tweak, which is great for user experience research Amplitude, which is a powerhouse for product analytics. We even covered Hotjar, which focuses on visualizing user behavior, abtesting, which is all about crafting those amazing user experiences, and Spectit, which helps you understand the why behind user actions, and of course Chameleon with its super robust A/B testing and personalization features.
Lots of great choices out there. It's an exciting time to be in the website optimization game.
It really is. And the key takeaway here is that just having a website isn't enough anymore. You have to optimize it. You have to make it convert, engage, and delight your visitors.
Absolutely. Otherwise, you're just leaving money on the table.
And nobody wants to do that. Well, folks, that brings us to the end of our deep dive into VWO alternatives. I hope you found this helpful and inspiring.
Me too. It's been fun exploring all these different platforms with you.
Remember, website optimization is a journey, not a destination. It's an ongoing process of testing, learning, and refining.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So keep experimenting, keep learning, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible online. Until next time, happy optimizing.
Thanks for tuning in. That's it for this episode of Mind Your Conversions, brought to you by